the genius.
Yo, man, I'm saying, like, when's the next person gonna come to the podcast? You know, season 2024, what are we doing?
Bro, do you know how hard it is to get people on a podcast?
Not really. People come to it.
We just talked about
Rikki, do you want to be on my podcast?
Yeah, let's go.
Lit.
Lately I've been moving through the motion. Feel like I'm drowning in the ocean.
But I want to say, Rikki, I appreciate you for joining us on Just Talks.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I was so excited when we linked up and made this decision.
Yeah, we definitely did. Because it's actually something I was thinking about for a while.
Really?
And I was like, yes. I don't know why. I get so nervous trying to like get people on here. So like,
oh no, it's a little nerve wracking. There's so many different types of artists. Because I'll try to do work with certain artists. I'm like, oh, y'all make it hard to ask, but you know, closed mouths don't get fed, baby.
exactly. Sometimes you just got to do it and then go from there and see what happens.
I've been wanting to pull up to the show, so I'm excited. I'm glad I asked. Shoot.
I'm glad you're free to be here. So you're a woman of many talents. You do a lot of things.
Thanks.
You have your crochet with your hats, with Ricochet. Do music. You also are an artist. You paint and do all types of different stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to get into it all. So, but wanted to start with, I guess we start with music. Okay.
That's a good start.
And get to understand how you started with music. Where did you find out that was your passion?
Definitely in middle school. I started out in musical theater.
Okay.
Musical theater kid to the bone. But my uncles are in the music industry, so I was also very much around hip hop culture. So those two worlds inspired me to become the artist I am today. Because I definitely could have went the college route and went to like musical theater, more Broadway. But I love hip hop and R&B. So I try to like mesh those two worlds together with my music.
Yeah.
But that's where it all started. Middle school.
Middle school?
I was like 11. And I was like, I love this shit. I love to sing. And I like to write. Writing is like my main steez. Singing came after.
Was it always, did you ever try to dabble into the idea of rapping, or you were just like, I just love my voice so much, so I'm going to just stick with singing?
Honestly, I like to write raps, but I have such a high-pitched voice, like my delivery, it sometimes does not. It won't give. So I like to, and I'm not necessarily a powerhouse singer, vocalist either. So I think in discovering my sound, it was like a very uphill battle because you'll think as like a vocalist that you have to have such like a powerhouse voice, but it's okay if you don't. Let that pen game come through. You find your sound, and then you catch some vibes and you make some songs.
For sure. Do we want to touch on that a little bit more about finding your sound? Because that's something that's big on artists. A lot of people that takes them a minute to find what their sound is going to be.
Yeah, no. Finding your sound is difficult only because there's so many options to catch influence from and inspiration from that, you know, especially in today's society, I think since there's so much of it, it becomes a little difficult to choose which lane you want to hop in. So in discovering your sound, I would say like try to stay as true to who you are as a person, like a personality check. And then you could kind of see which lane you would be more comfortable in, which one would like come across the most authentic, and then start there. And then you could kind of start building from there. That's when you could take like notes from all the greats and stuff. And they'll teach you how to write. They'll teach you how to record. But as far as finding your sound, I think it's more of like a you thing. Like you have to just find yourself, and then you kind of find your sound with that. Yeah,
you kind of like sit with it until it kind of like hit you eventually.
Yeah, you have to make music that you like too. Like even if your music sounds different, it's okay. Like you could be sitting on the hottest sound to come out, and you would never know. Just because it's never been done doesn't mean it's not going to be the next big thing. So discovering your sound, it doesn't even have to sound like what's out. It could just be whatever makes you feel like, yo, this shit is hot. That's my sound.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that have done that over the years, you know? And, you know, at first it might sound weird and they're like, why are you doing this? But, you know,
yes.
like you said.
Like there's this one artist, it's called Bakane, I think. I forget his name. Oh, shit. Yeah. I hate when I forget artists' names. I'm not going to lie. Because I've been running that song on repeat and I don't understand a word. I do not know what he's saying. But he's like, his two front teeth are like missing. And the way he sings, oh my God. Like the sounds he makes is insane. Like he's one of the dopest artists I've discovered, but I would say he has his own sound. And it's a sound nobody else has heard. And now he just keeps going viral, and us Americans are like, oh, I like this. And I don't know what you're saying, but I like this. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Another artist that was like that is, for me, I don't know if you know Rumor or RMR. I think he used to have like a ski mask.
Maybe.
So he was doing like, he turned like country music hip hop.
Oh, I like that.
And for me, like, I'm not like the biggest country fan, but the way that he flipped it, I was like, this is actually really fire.
Cool.
So
okay. I'm gonna have to check him.
Yeah, I'll show you what.
Yeah. Let's listen to some of his stuff later, because I love that. I put it up on my story the other day. Sharing music is a love language. That's mine. Send me a playlist. I'll love you forever, but only if it's good.
No shade.
No shade. Some people's playlists don't hit, but some people you can't front. Like you'll catch a little car ride, a little L ride, you'll be like, whose playlist is this? Have you ever considered DJing? So I always ask my little cousin, Crystal. She's a great DJ. But she don't want to be a DJ. I'm like, you're missing out. You're missing out.
Jumping back into music. So you said you started in middle school. When did you feel like you wanted to start taking it serious?
College. High school. And senior year is when I first started hitting the recording studio. So I was getting more familiar with the recording process and like the studio process. And, you know, all your friends are going to college, and I purposely missed all of my deadlines because I was like, my parents were not having it. I'm like a super suburban girl. Like my parents wanted me to go to college and, you know, get your bachelor's. I was like, I want to be famous. Not like that. Famous is in well known for what I do, which is like art. I make music, I make fashion, you know, all that. The clout shit ain't for me. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's why I lack consistency. But yeah, high school, I went to college. My lacrosse coach, he got me into the University of Bridgeport because I was pretty nice. I was kind of nice at lacrosse. So I got in. I was supposed to play for the lacrosse team. This is kind of a funny story. Because honestly, this is how I really fell into music. I was supposed to go to, like, you know, your first day. I was like, do you get drug tested? And they were like, yeah. I was like, fuck. Because I just started smoking weed. Like, I was just such in that, like, artist mode, that 18-year-old artist vibe. So I was like, damn, yeah, nah, this college thing might not be for me. Like, I was like, very much into my rule bender vibe at 18. So I was taking music business classes. So, you know, the business was cool, but music classes were great. It was piano, vocals, like learning to read music by sight. It was amazing. So my skills really boosted. And for that, I do wish I stayed in school. Everybody, stay in school, kids. But I do, because I could have. I think that was actually a poor decision on my young self's end. But yeah, freshman year, I started composing my own songs on the piano. I was like making YouTube videos and stuff. And then, you know, when you're on break, I was making songs with my bros, Los Hendrix and Mike Mula. Shout out to them. They've moved on to do great things. But yeah, when you're making music with people like that, you're kind of like, yo, this is what I was born to do. Like, I kind of know exactly what I want to do with my life. So I chucked my deuces to college. I dropped out. I didn't tell anybody either. I just dropped out and became a studio rat. I lived in the studio. EQ Studios. Shout out Mike Spitz. Yeah. That's where I started. That's where it all started. 18 years old, New Rochelle. Crazy. Oh, what a crazy story. Oh, man. Yeah, no.
That's a dope story. To know, though, that's like where you started from and where you...
Yeah, you got to start somewhere, you know? Like a lot of rappers, they start just like rapping, freestyling with their friends and stuff. For me, I started on the stage singing 525. That shit, what? I posted it. Everybody was flaming me. I'm like, it did. I heard it. I wanted to write songs. It's that simple. It's a brilliantly written song. Corny? Yes. But that's because everybody knows it. So is it? No.
So I was going back trying to go over your music, and I was found your first 2019 first time lover.
Yeah.
I wanted to go over that and then the creation of that.
So cool. Thanks. I love that you started there. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to start there before getting into the newer music and talk about what
2019, man. You know, this music industry is crazy because my first EP was off of all the platforms for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very transparent with my career. You're going to go through a lot of hurdles. And you're going to work with a lot of different marketing companies and people. And they're going to want to bounce your music around. So my shit was down for a really long time. But me and my auntie T just put it back up. And now y'all could go get First Time Lover. It's back up on all streaming platforms. But that was like my first body of work. I'm very proud of that EP. 7 songs. Put it out on my birthday in 2019. And it was lit. It was a fire little, track list.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, it was so sad. It was okay though. You learn. You live and you learn. So it's cute. It's cute to see like the process and the growth. I love to see the growth. That's always a good thing.
What was your favorite song off there?
I have 3.
Okay.
I really can't put them in any order. So I'll just do it from the top bottom. I'll go Missing You,
mm-hmm.
Blame Me, and Alone. Those 3 songs I love because I don't know. They hit home. They hit home.
Those are the ones that's like,
Yeah.
When they hit home,
Missing You was definitely like one of the most like savage things I've ever done though. Like I first dropped it on SoundCloud. But he knows we're cool now, but like I put my ex's like a screenshot of our conversation. Like, how SZA did I Hate You? Like real talk, I did that. I low-key did it first, SZA, because I made the man's text string my cover art. Yeah. Savage. It was so funny, though, because he thought it was hilarious. Thank God. That could have went so wrong.
Yeah, could have went left.
It didn't, though. It was all love. He's an artist, too, so he appreciated the creativity behind it. And I was like, yeah, that's all it really was. I wasn't trying to throw shots. And then, if you hear the song, the wordplay, it was the cover. It was the text. The first 2 lines. I said, I don't care if you give a fuck. I've been missing you crazy. You was right. I still love you, baby. Nigga, that's what he sent me in a text. Like, I thought that was hard. I'm sorry. It was hard. Like, I had to toot my own horn. That was pretty cool. So that's why I love songwriting, though. You can put anything in a song. Mm-hmm. Literally anything.
I think that's what makes the best songs, especially when it's something that's like relatable. Because like, I don't know, I was listening to a song by Drake on the way here, and I was like,
GOAT.
This song, like it
Which one?
Me. Tried Our Best on his new album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drake is that guy. Can I tell a Drake story?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Because y'all won't believe this shit. I don't believe this shit. I honestly have felt like I've been dreaming for 4 days. Because I don't believe it. But it's like a good story time. So I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the story time. It was my cousin Crystal's 24th.
Happy birthday,
we
Crystal.
see you outside at Brown
Crystal.
Sugar. We was lit. And 2 a.m. rolls around. I don't know what happened. We was all saucy. She's like, yo, you want to go to the city? Okay, bitch, it's your birthday. Like, we outside. Like, whatever you want. And she's like, all right. So we go to the city and we get there. She's like, oh, you need to put on heels. You need to do this. I'm like, shorty, we just came from Dykeman vibes. I have on no makeup. I have on an Eskimo hat, sweatpants, and Chucks. I ain't got no sneakers. And you ain't about to make me look crazy walking in sweatpants and heels. So she's like, fine. So her and my other cousin, they went in without me. I was waiting. I'm looking for shit. I'm like, yeah, nah, I ain't got nothing. I said, fuck them. I'm going in like this. And so I walk in. It was an immediate vibe change. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, maybe I should have put on some fucking heels. You know what, Rikki? Goated. So I get on the elevator. It was real like a hotel vibe. It was real like bougie. It was giving like low lighting. And I'm like, yo, whose party is this, bro? So I get on the elevator. None They looked at me like, your name on the list, but you're not dressed like you supposed to be here. So none of them told me what floor. I'm like, the door's closing. I'm like, 3, 4, 5. And then I see the guy, he's like, 4. I'm like, all right, click. Boop, 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 boop. Get to the 4th floor, the door is open. Ding. Low, purple lighting, low lighting. I'm looking around, I'm like, where am I? Because it felt like I just walked into Euphoria. Dead ass. So I walk in. I'm blind. I wear glasses. I didn't have my glasses on, so I'm like, yo, it's mad dark. I ain't got my glasses on. I'm squinting. People probably think I'm a nut. I'm like, where's my cousin? So I'm like, yo, where you at? Bro, they were right there. They were literally right in front of me. So I pull up to them. They're like, Rikki, you gotta do better. I'm like, listen, we made it. Because I was lit. I wasn't ready for none of this. So we're walking around. I'm starting to see the who's who. Mm-hmm. I'm looking around. I'm like, no, you didn't. I said, no, you did not bring my drunk ass to a Drake party, bro. Knowing exactly who my favorite artist is. And not because he everybody's favorite artist. Like, Drake is really my favorite lyricist. I think that man is talented. Mm. So, boom, I seen him. I'm like, I'm starstruck. I ain't want to keep it cute. I ain't one of them. I ain't trying to bag these niggas. I don't want you. I don't want none of that. I just want you to know, like, you're him. You're him. And so I knew he and his friends were in town because, again, we were going out for the whole weekend. Mm-hmm. And we missed the night that she was like, oh, we could have met Drake. So I told myself, if we run into this guy again, you gotta dap him up. You gotta dap him up. Now, this shit sounds fucking bizarre because whoever meets Drake, why would you dap him up? Like, you know, you're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you're like kind of just standing and you're like, your friends are in a conversation, you're just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, this shit is mad awkward. I'm just standing there with my drink in my hand. I look to my right. Nigga. Drake was standing right here. Nah, I'm not exaggerating. He was right here. Nigga Aubrey. Right here. So I turned back around because I was damn near about to lose my shit. I start uncontrollably laughing. I was just like, like I'm uncontrollably laughing because you know when you feel somebody behind you? Like you could just feel some. I wasn't expecting it to be fucking Drake. Like,
Drake.
What? So I look at them. They thought I'm laughing at the guy that was trying to flirt with them. I'm like, y'all don't even know. So I'm still laughing. And again, the car ride. Rikki, dap him up. Dap him up. Do not be dap him up. So I'm standing there. I went back and forth for like a solid 30 to 60 seconds. I'm like, bitch, you don't have long to make a decision. Like, he could walk away at any moment.
Yeah.
So I turned, I gave him like that, like music, nigga head nod. Like all music people, when something's fire, they be like, you heard the neck crack and everything, like, nigga. So I looked at him like that, like, and he looked at me. The nigga smirked. He had it, you know, the TikTok where he tells his drink he like, he had that drink in his right hand. And I was like, oh my God, this is iconic. I said, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna fucking go for it. I put my hand out. This nigga looks me in my face like, what? And so I'm like, yo, he cannot dap me with his left hand. That's crazy. I hope he just shakes it if he does, like a little, you know?
Yeah.
My boy switched the cup to the left hand and dapped me up, bro. I was like, oh, nah. Like, I couldn't breathe. I lost all oxygen. My life was made. I was ready to go. I was like, who? Like, I couldn't find words. This nigga Drake dapped me up on a Sunday night. It was crazy. And from that day, I knew. I was like, oh, yeah, 2024 is up. 2024 is up. Because anytime that I'm around anybody that's lit in the industry, I'm going to say what's up. That way, when I'm up, you're gonna remember that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my story time. I feel like I'm on Disney Channel. The time I I used to want to be on Disney Channel, guys. That's why I know all these things.
The Disney Channel. We were just talking about that the other day when we were here.
You know what I'm talking about? Hi, I'm Rikki Woodz, and you're watching.
Yeah, I said that we need to figure out how to do that, like figure out that effect.
Y'all should. Y'all should
I
do
was
that.
just saying that we need to learn how
Y'all
to do that.
should do that. That would be
Once we
really.
learn how to do
That
that.
actually would be so fire.
TikTok games. Like, what if that's like a TikTok thing? You gotta like
Yo,
Yeah, just
Disney joint?
start it.
That'd be fire.
You should do that.
we're gonna figure it out. We have to sit in here one
Content
day.
God,
We have to sit in
Mr.
here one day
Sav,
and
the
figure it out.
genius. This guy is crazy with the
Fire did
content.
the Just Talks outline. Like,
That's what I'm saying. You feel me?
Because I'm telling you, people would love it.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Everybody wanted to do the Disney, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a vibe. Y'all should do that.
See,
Y'all should do that.
we might be on or something.
I would hit it right now. The time I met Drake. Wow. Give me the Star Wars stick. Y'all can use those.
But I like that story because for me, as somebody that like is not the most like sociable, and people approach me easy. Like it's easy to talk to me, but I can't do the same to other people. So like hearing that story is cool because it's like I should just do the same.
Dude, I'm painfully shy. Believe it or not. Like me, I feel like, I don't know. I wanted to, if you want anything bad enough, like, you're going to go for it. I was like, I wanted to shake his hand so bad. I was like, bro, like, his music gets me through life. Like, I couldn't care less about your bread, bro. I like who you are. Like, as an artist, you're him. And so, I don't know. I've lost people. So I also like to give people their flowers. I feel like it's
important.
It's important. No matter if they're like, just an average Joe or Drake. Like, you know, everybody, we're all just human. So even when we tell ourselves like, oh, they might not respond like this, go ahead and shock yourself. And, you know,
never know. You literally
go for
never
it.
know.
It's always worth it. And it feels good, you know, even for yourself. Because honestly, you could ask anybody in my family. I'm really shy. Like the anxiety attacks I have that go on before I actually do the things where I'm like, Holmes, good job, Rikki. You did it. You know? So, I don't know. Being in this entertainment world, it's hard to be shy. Like sometimes you have to
be able to
speak up for yourself, especially if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. And I was like, I've always liked being an artist, but the whole, you know, doing interviews and drops and parties, God, it'll make you really scared to attack your career and get it started. And like being judged, things like that. You know, the society we live in is a little harsh. So
it definitely can be.
It could psych you out.
It definitely can be. Because
you a real nigga though, Jamal. You know? Fuck all of them. You be you.
Because I was going to ask about that. Because with doing music, and it's a lot, obviously it's audio, of course, because you want to stream and stuff like that. But it's also a visual thing. So like putting out visuals and performing, I was going to ask you about like the difficulties and complications with that.
I love doing music videos and anything that has to do with like behind the camera and stuff like that, because I like to do it on my own. Like I like to edit videos. I like to shoot videos. I shot all of my first few music videos when I first started, and I'm low-key getting back to that because I'm an independent artist again. So I'm like kind of falling in love with the process all over again. But performing, you'd be surprised. Like I was always 10 times like more comfortable like performing as someone else. That's why I've always liked musical theater, because it's like you're becoming like this character and it's weird. It sounds crazy, but it's like you don't have to be yourself. So therefore you're not being judged. You're being judged off of like whatever character you're playing. So when I got to writing my own songs, I would say that was my biggest hurdle. And it still is to this day. My left knee shakes uncontrollably every time I touch a stage. And you can't see it. It's weird because I always check videos. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy. But it's nerves, bro. Like that, standing up in front of a crowd, even if it's just 20 people, even if it's just 5 people, having to like sing a song you wrote in front of, oh my gosh.
Doing anything in a crowd of people is nerve-wracking.
It's nerve-wracking.
It's nerve-wracking. It'll scare you.
especially in New York. What? Performing in front of New Yorkers is not for the weak. And if you could really get through it and get it done, you can make it. Yeah. You can.
That
can do it.
Classic saying that they always say about us: if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
That's a fact, because I've done performances on all the East Coast, so all of the more like down south or like Midwest vibes. I don't know. Easy performances. Everybody be into it. Southern hospitality is a thing. You go, girl. Like, that's a thing. In New York, bro, people will just be standing there. Mm-hmm. So to all the artists, don't let it psych you out. They just standing there because they think you're fire and they don't know your song yet. Mm-hmm. That's all. That's a reality check I would love for a lot of artists to have. Or even if you're just like a host, if you're anybody on a mic, if you're just starting, people don't know you, and that's okay. Because they're pretty much catching your vibe. That's why they're staring at you. Like, it's okay, I promise. It's actually nerve-wracking, though. Like, when you see that many people just, like... you're like, yo, bro, stop looking at me, nigga. The fuck? Because, again, a New Yorker thing. Stop. Why are you staring at me? You're performing a song, bro. That's why. Like this? You're on a stage. The spotlight, it's on you. But yeah, those are the hurdles. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I'll see anybody in the studio. Like, I'm not shy there. I'm not shy with my pen. Not at all. But my voice, that was definitely like, that was the hurdle.
So when you say that, are you competitive with it? Or very much so?
I am competitive. But I had to dial it back a bit. Because... I've learned the most by not being competitive. And I think that that's a very hip-hop mentality, that, like, competition aspect. I think there's so much to learn from our peers and, like, other artists that you'd be doing yourself a major disservice trying to, like, write all of your songs. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, there's some people who really don't want to be singers. They want to be songwriters. And those have been some of the best songs I've ever written, were the ones I've co-written with people like that. So once you could get past the competitive nature of the hip hop world of like, oh, you didn't write that, you're whack, you a fraud. Like, nigga, I'm a singer. What do you mean I'm a fraud? Like, yes, I wrote this with my bestie. Fuck. And it's a vibe. I get it. Because people try to come at Drake for that, but that's why he's been able to stay at the top
relevant for so long. You can't do everything.
You know, if he eats, everybody eats. Like, he's put on so many of his people. And he puts on so many underground artists. Like, OVO on SoundCloud is like a big thing. I think it's still a big thing. I haven't been on SoundCloud like that in a minute, but Drake is like an artist that you could look at. He's not that competitive. He's competitive with other rappers, but that's part of hip hop. Mm-hmm. So if you're a rapper, I get it. If you're not,
he kind of works with everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, being competitive is good. It's friendly competition, though.
Exactly.
You know, I think if you let that competitive nature get to your head too much, your thoughts become reality. So whatever you think, you know, you got to be able to control your thoughts. So you can't be out here thinking niggas is hating on you or thinking you're whack. And like, bro, you're going to think you're whack. You're going to think that people are hating on you. Nobody's hating on you. Nobody's talking about you. But you could give somebody a reason to talk about you. Just make it positive. Like... We like the positive vibes. All that negative shit is real whack. All that hating shit is really whack. And that's what comes with being competitive. So it's like, save it for the sports.
Yeah.
Catch me on the tennis court. I'm real competitive.
You can play tennis?
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible.
Tennis and lacrosse. Those are my two sports.
I can play baseball.
I cannot play baseball.
Tennis, I was horrible. I was just telling this story to my dad the other day. Mm-hmm. Because I was chilling with my friends and we was at some bar and we were watching baseball and tennis was on the TV. And they were like, yo, what sport do you think is more complicated? I was like, bro, 1,000% tennis is more complicated than baseball. I play baseball. Tennis is way more complicated. And they were like, no,
it is.
It's not. So. And we were going back and forth. I was like, bro, when I had an internship in college, because I'm peak baseball shape because I played baseball in college. So I was working out every day, 3 times a day. So I went to my internship and I was interning for an athletic director and we had nothing to do that day. and they had tennis courts on the facility. He's like, "You want to go play tennis?" I was like, "All right, we ain't got nothing else to do."
You know, that's what.
Old ass man is cooking me. He's cooking me.
It's funny how like guys that are athletic swear y'all are gonna kill it in every sport.
That's what I thought.
What makes y'all think that?
That's what I thought. He was cooking me. I was like, we was out there for like maybe 20 minutes. I was like, all right, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't do this no more.
Tennis is very challenging mentally and physically. So I love that sport though. It's fun to watch too.
Especially because it's an individual sport, so it's all about what you can do for yourself. So,
tennis is good. I think everybody should try to play tennis once.
Just once, yeah. So you don't see.
You might get frustrated though.
You definitely will, but you will see that I'm not crazy.
Yeah, no. You have to like hold the racket a certain way and everything. Like, it's a complicated sport. It is. I think it is. Like, it's simple, the concept, but to play, oh man, it's a little more complex than that.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So, do you want to talk more about like the music that you have that you're working on and coming out soon?
So, I have this new song. I feel like, is it appropriate to call it my debut single? Kinda. Like, it's like my first single back as an independent artist. And that's going to be, I don't know. I find it so exciting because I haven't put music out in a really long time. And then the music I was putting out, it was kind of more like chosen for me, like which songs were being put out and stuff. So that takes the fun out of it, respectfully. I love y'all. That sucked the fun out of everything. So this is like really fun to like pick which songs you want to put out and like which ones resonate with you. Because I like to tell a story. So like the song I'm about to drop is called So Be It. And it's like a love story, but it's like real relatable. It's about kind of when fresh breakup vibes. You go through the motions, right? Like there's all these different motions of grief, right? And I think you kind of like go through that thing where you're like, I'm over him or I'm over her. Now I'm gonna deal with him. I'm gonna deal with her. No, I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you. You should be treating me like this. And then you get over it and you're kind of like, did you forgive me yet? Did I forgive you yet? Like, you go through all of these different emotions with somebody you're in love with. And I think, honestly, sometimes that's what makes the greatest music. Like, it's just so relatable. But I didn't want it to be sad, because I wasn't sad. Like, I feel like breakups is just life. You know, people grow apart. It's okay. Yeah. And so, let's make it fun. Like, let's talk about it in more of, like, a self-love type of way. Like, but we could also make it fun because we know what the girlies want to hear. We know what the niggas want to hear. So you also, as a songwriter, have to like, you know, you have to combine all those vibes. So I would say So Be It is like a real ill combo of all that shit. That's like fine. You could low-key play it in the strippy.
Really?
But like you could also play it for your mom. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's like right there in the middle.
That statement sounded crazy, but it's a fact. I know, Sad. It don't make sense. But like, you know how like, your mom, my mom is my everything. She helps me get through it all. So with her, when she heard So Be It, like, she's like, yeah, that's hard. I'm like, you feel me? But then it's like, I'll go play it at the club. I'll go play it at Strippy and bitches is shaking ass. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I did it, but I did. And it works. Go ahead, play it for your grandma. And then go shake some with some dancers. It's two vibes that make sense. You get ready you feel me? Your friends, your mom, your cousin, you feel me? And then you pop out and it's a whole different vibe. It fits both vibes is what I'm saying. Maybe I'll play it at their next party. So, you know, y'all can catch that. You know? How do we get unlit? I don't know.
That's the age-old question we still don't have the answer to.
We don't know. Skull foreign. I don't know.
So what do you think about your growth from where you were before, like with music that you made with like your first project to like the music that you've made the past couple years and then like transitioning to now?
It's gotten a lot better. But I would say I moved to LA. That helped a lot. The writers that I was working with out there and just artists, period, that I was working with out there, cream of the crop. Like, they're ill. Like, they are some of the best talent I've ever worked with. And simply just sitting in their sessions, observing them, I was able to like pick up different skills and different like tactics to writing hits. And like, there is a formula and there is a way. I could tell you one thing. My uncle is Irv Gotti. I hate name dropping him. Yeah, because then everybody makes it all about that nigga. I'm like, what about my first time lover? That's why I was like, I fuck with you for bringing it there first. Deadass. But, you know, that's my guy. He taught me a lot. He's brilliant. And so I did a 2-week boot camp with him. And he's like, yo, what makes a hit? I was like, I don't know, probably like the beat, the lyrics. Melodies and words, Rikki. Melodies and words. I'm like, okay, I got it. But it was honestly one of the best pieces of advice I've ever gotten. Melodies and words. Like, it don't matter which come first. I think it depends, you know. A fire beat is a fire beat, but you could have a trash beat and come up with a fire melody, though, and some words. Or you could do no beat and have a melody and words. Like, that's what is always going to take you over the top. Production is key, though. It is key. Everything is key, you know, but it depends. But I would say working with him, this other guy was signed to the same label as him for a little bit. Shout out Supernova. Shout out Phil Ivey. His name's Jazz Laser. Illest writer I have ever met. That Jazz. You're so goddamn talented, bro. He taught me how to write music, man. I give a lot of credit to Jazz because I probably like laser tunnel vision focused on observing him the most. But he was probably the best writer that I had like a privilege of being around while he was working and stuff. But his process is dope. Like when you see people who really are like that, bro, they pull the mic out of the booth and they just sit and they go. And they leave with like 10 hits. And you be like, bro, how did your brain think of all of that? Like the picture I posted today, my friend Jazz wrote that song. It's called As I Am. Definitely coming out this year. But we were out at breakfast. I told him my favorite thing is coffee. I was like, I want a guy where I ain't got to get dressed up all the time. I hate wearing makeup. I hate doing this. Like, we were just having friend talk. He missed his flight because he's like, yo, I think I have a song we should write. And we went back to Irv's crib because he had a little home studio there. Just me and him pulled up Logic and made this whole song in like 5 to 10 minutes. And he did it off the dome. Like, he didn't write it. He didn't overthink it. Like, and he started it, I don't want your love if you don't got that kind of love. Oh my God! I lost my fucking mind. I'm like, nigga, no, you didn't. Better than that coffee, know that type to wake you up. You did not just refer my coffee reference. I was like, yo, he's ill. And so, like, watching someone like him from, like, the coffee table at breakfast to the laptop, I was like, nigga,
how do you kept that in his head?
Yeah, so it's like naturally from where I was at 18, I was around no artists. It was just me. I was the nicest. If you're the nicest in your group, you need to change your group for a little. Because you're not going to improve. Like, you need great people around you. You need greatness around you to become great. Or just better. You have to learn and become better.
That's a fact. Cool. Stamp that one.
Stamp that.
I'm kidding. I'm a fucking jokester. They know what I'm talking about, though. Nah, you really do, though. You do. You gotta be able to take lessons from every step of the way in this music game and not allow it to defeat you. You gotta keep going. And you gotta not quit. And you'll realize 10 years later, you know everything you need to know. And you have every tool in your toolbox to like ultimately make your career happen. So there definitely hits like that breaking point where you're like, nah, I've tried for way too long. Like, it's been 8 years. What the fuck? But I could tell you like Jay-Z, Bruno Mars, Drake, like Big Sean, who else? SZA, like a lot of your favorite artists had to do like a 10-year little bit, like till they popped off. Like it does take that long. Like there are that many lessons to learn and the lessons aren't going to stop. But the moral lessons are what you learn in that like 5 to 10 year radius. And it really does prepare you to become
what's gonna come.
A notable artist. Yeah.
I saw something with Vince. Vince Staples there's a clip that's floating around floating around. Why is that a tongue twister? Floating around online for Vince Staples talking about his journey, but people didn't really know who he was and how he was like really just like a background person.
Yeah.
And he was literally
one of
doing
the
whatever
dopest
he
underground
could.
artists, though.
And
sure.
yeah, and he's Vince's Vince, you know? I mean, to us, we know Vince to be Vince, but
Yeah, no, he's cool.
know, so
I think he's real good at staying true to like who he is.
he's
I honestly think that might be like the key. Like the people who are just undeniably themselves seem to win. Like, of course, you got your little, you know. I don't even like to say that because even though those artists that people try to say are like industry plants or whatever, how you know they wasn't on their grind for dumb long and like maybe stumbled upon some luck? You don't know. Stop talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Industry plant, this, that. There are some though. Like there are. I've actually seen people take random ass people and try to make them into an artist. It don't last long though. No. So I don't really care about industry.
I have one off the top of my head, but
you do?
Yeah.
I'm over here like who? No shade.
I'll say it after.
No shade. I'm sorry, y'all can't find out, but that
his song was fire though, but
I threw shots. I definitely threw a couple shots. But the thing is, I'm mad cool with all the people I threw shots at, so they're gonna laugh. No shade. Nigga, I love y'all. Y'all know the vibe. Stop playing with me. I have no hate in my heart for anybody. Literally. It's a good place to start. You just gotta be a good person, man.
Yeah.
Hating on anything is just a real waste of time. Like, genuinely. You're wasting your time on this earth, and you should really think about that. But I'm from New York, so I like to cut ass. It's funny. It's dead ass so funny.
It's a sport here.
It is a sport. If you can't handle it, nigga, go home. Go home. I used to get my ass cut, bro. I can't handle anything. Being raised in New York is really brutal. Get made fun of for some shit you can't change. God made me like this, you fucking dickhead. You feel me? Then you gotta just deal with it, nigga. What you gonna do? Change everything about yourself? Nah, I can't do that. He might bring me to hell, bro. I'm gonna just stay true to whatever he created. And, you know, I'll just walk his path. I'm not a very religious person, but I'm a very spiritual person. And I definitely believe in meditating, talking to God, and walking his path. Can't go wrong. Ever. You really can. Stick to your beliefs, but you know what I'm talking about. It's an undeniable power. Everybody feels it. Everybody feels the intuition. Everybody gets the thoughts. You go on and walk that path. It's your destiny. Everybody has a destiny.
Do you want to talk about?
I know we've been in here chopping it up. But we have Ricochet. Ricochet hats. Ricochet. I started Ricochet in 2018. I was a super struggling artist, and I wanted to be able to look fly for like different performances I had or videos. And my grandma taught me how to crochet when I was like 7 or like 8. I was real young, like a kid, but I liked it. Like I actually really, because she taught me and all my cousins, but I really stuck with it. And then I picked it back up because I used to just do it out of like anxiety tics and shit. Just crochet for a little. But then I started needing some clothes. I'm like, damn, y'all running it up in the fucking stores. So YouTube University is a thing. I learned how to edit videos there. I learned how to make clothes on YouTube. Like, boy, everything. You could learn anything on YouTube. So I learned how to make all the foundation stitches, and now I done turned it into a business. Right. I have a website, welcometotherwoods.com. You feel me? We make ski masks. We make balaclavas. We make beanies. We make bucket hats. We make pants. We make shorts. We make crop tops. We make bikinis, baby. What you need, I got it. You need a face mask. You need a scrunchie. You let me know. I got it all.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you didn't mention like pants and stuff like that, because I remember for one of your videos, you had made your own pants.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, those pants are good. I just took that video down because I put the song out too early. For all the artists out there that be wanting to preview your songs, just save it till you're about to drop it. Don't confuse your audience. This shit's confusing. You'll put a song out and people they're going to think it's going to drop and then it never does. And then you lose interest, and just don't do that to yourself.
It's learning process.
You live and you learn. I learned that one. I was like, oh, fuck.
Where do you see like this going long term? Do you want to
big? I would like for it to be like a part of my brand. So even me as being an artist, you'll always see me in Ricochet. Like, this is one of my pieces. I make shoelaces. Like, I always got Ricochet on. Like, if you got a brand, you should always wear it. Just saying. Like, always wear something. And I don't know. Is it crazy to say, like, my biggest idol is probably Rihanna, Mm-hmm. So how she has her music, but she also has, like, Savage Fenty. She got her makeup line. Like, I see myself going down a lane like that for sure. So hopefully that's where I can take it. Because crochet is totally a phenomenon right now. I love to see it because it's seriously something that I've been trying to get people to like get into for so long. I'm like, crochet is awesome. Everyone should learn. I'm actually considering starting up some crochet classes.
It's not a bad idea.
It's
definitely helpful to know.
Yeah. So. Saf says yes. Content! Hell yeah. But it's because it's like, I don't know, as an artist, you'll low-key psych yourself out of doing a lot of lucrative things and like taking on different jobs and tasks. Because you'll like fantasize about being this like famous artist. You're going to like you really like sit there and convince yourself that you can't go get a job. Like, you can't go teach a class about crochet. Like, boy, yo, you have to have those reality checks. I have, where I'm like, girl, why don't you go do that? Like, that's what you do. And you'll have so many people tell you it's going to confuse you. No, it's not. So, the crochet is definitely a part of my brand. It's definitely like my favorite thing to do after music. So, I love it. I love incorporating it. It's so cool.
It's good to incorporate. I like it.
I gotta get y'all some Ricochet. Y'all gotta let me know if you want a bucket hat or a ski mask or a beanie, whatever you want. I'll make you guys one.
Probably do.
Because y'all have me here, so I gotta give y'all something.
Probably do a bucket. Yeah.
Buckets are very cool.
So,
good choice.
A question that I ask everybody, right? Because we're kind of there. So, the way that I normally phrase it, I ask everybody the same question. Okay. So the way that I normally phrase it is, if you can focus on whatever that you wanted to focus on, you didn't have to worry about like working, trying to make money, or whatever the case may be. What would it be that you would dedicate your time to?
This, like what I'm doing now. I've been rebelliously doing this already. It's so bad, Jamal. It's so bad, but it's like I literally love it. Like, I cannot not write a song or crochet. I do it every single day. Like, it is quite literally my lifestyle. So even if I was up, like, ain't shit changed. Like, I'm gonna be exactly the same. Y'all could catch me with my bag of yarn anywhere. You feel me? Writing a song in my notes. Like, I don't think the money changes too much, and like, people shouldn't allow the money to change anything. If anything, it's just gonna be like, I'm gonna have a nice crib. Yeah.
Where I'm gonna do everything that I was doing already.
I'm gonna just do everything at my crib, not my mom's. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it'll be like that. Because when I came back to New York, I moved back in with my mom. But I do miss living on my own in LA. That was a vibe. Oh my God, guys. Do you ever realize how old you're getting? Because I have I have this realization all the time. I'm like, oh, fuck. Girl, you can't be saying that shit no more. You 27, baby. That shit ain't cool. Yeah, but it also is mad normal. But I'm like, look at the media. Media be talking about people that are 25 to 30, like we old as fuck, to the point where we get to that age and we dead ass think like, oh, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, 25 to 30, that age, it kind of is giving more so the time frame you finally do figure it out. Like, you're going to get your life started during that like 5-year radius. And then once you're in your 30s, I think you're going to be fucking lit. Like, life is going to make sense. You'll have a crib, you'll have a car, whatever your steez is.
I hope so.
If you're in your 20s, don't stress it too much. Just keep working hard.
I got a couple months, so I hope so.
It ain't nothing. Everybody's process is different, and I feel like with social media, people fake it so hard that you'll think people are super up, have these cribs, cars, this lifestyle ultimately, and they don't. So don't ever shame yourself for whatever your situation is. Everybody's figuring it out, and the scale of like figuring it out is so wide, and it's like it's okay. Like we're all just figuring it out. As long as you don't stop, you will get to where it is that you want to go. So
Yeah.
It's like, again, if niggas have something to say, you're hating. Why are you hating, bro? Love. It's all about the love. It's all about the love. And the positive vibes. It is. It is. That's how you get through it all.
Exactly.
Life be frustrating, but it's okay.
Oh, so I was going to ask, like, one of the last, like, questions that I think I have is the music that you're talking about. When can the people expect it to be out?
February. I'm still working on full transparency. I'm still like trying to get my master exactly where I want it. It's the skit. Skits are hard, but it called for a skit. And I was like, dang, it has to be right. Like, you know how it's like there's certain songs where you know the words in the skit too? Like, I wanted it to be like that. But it is done, so it should be coming out in February.
Okay.
And then after that, you know, we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to drop a song every month. That's my goal. That's my goal. I want to treat my shit like a rapper. I just want to drop all the time. Because why not? I've done releases where you'll, like, put one song out every few songs. And nobody knows me, bro. Why am I not putting songs out every week? You know? I have that much music. So I'm definitely trying to, like get my brain to start moving more so like that. So you guys are going to get a lot of Rikki Woodz music in 2024. A whole lot. Yeah, I'm so excited.
People are waiting for it.
I hope so. You know, I've been waiting. I have a couple people that are definitely very inspiring for that, though. It's very cool. Even Sab, you like people who just like actually are familiar with your art when it's like you're really just trying. Like no one really knows you yet. No one really is like. You focus on those few people who do, because that's what matters, and they're gonna help you keep that drive to keep going. Like, don't focus on the people who don't know you yet, because they're always gonna be there. They're right there. It's like equivalent to like, oh, you want to go to the club? It's like the club is always gonna be there. Like you ain't really missing out on nothing. But like when you do go to the club, you know, make sure you make your connect, you network, do all that good stuff. But I don't know, man. I'm excited about this music. I hope I can build a nice little audience in 2024. That would be cool. I have no idea how you do it, but I'm like, girl, maybe you start by dropping something.
Gotta start somewhere.
Maybe that's where you start. Put a song out.
But you got it.
Put a freaking song out, for Christ's sake, Rikki.
You got it. You got it, though.
I'm gonna do it.
You got it, though.
I get nervous. It's so personal, but fuck it.
I think that, like, for you, like, talking about being so nervous, which was, like, sitting here, like, listening to you speak, I think it's all, like, a mental thing. Because your personality is
I'm
big
comfortable
personality. So,
like, I've met y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You should see me do interviews with people I don't know. It's like word vomit. It's like, girl, why did you just say that? I'm like, bitch, I didn't know what to say. Media training. Yeah, no. You should, though. I say media training is media training. If you don't have somebody to train you, go on YouTube and pause the videos and like your favorite interviews and answer the question yourself. That's good practice. I do that a lot. Because I need to. Because I talk a lot. Which means interviews, I lose my train of thought. I'll forget to tell people what song I got coming out, and I'll just start talking like we friends. I'm like, girl, focus.
So you had to have the right person on the other side.
Yeah, no.
Make sure that they bring you
right
back.
Person over here. Nah, this was really awesome, Jamal. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. This is my first interview back, so I'm excited it was with you. This is really cool.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching another
Yes, sir.
episode of Just Talks. I don't know which camera I'm looking at because there's so many.
Hi, I'm Rikki Woodz, and you're watching Just Talk.
We're gonna close it on that.
Lately I've been moving through the motion. Feel like I'm drowning in the ocean.